Hi, everyone. It is Marilyn, Alauria, and welcome to Who Can It Be Now? I'm going to stop saying the podcast eventually, one of these days. And I am doing a pod party. Everybody say hello. Just wave. Because we'll also do some video on this. I am really excited. I believe this is like the third pod party that I'm doing. I'm so enjoying these connections with everyone because I'm getting to be with people in a very intimate gathering, in an intimate way. And I feel like a lot of us, nothing against social media, because I think social media is a great way to connect, but I really feel like this was it's such a special way to get together instead of on Facebook groups or certain types of groups. And this has really been a lot of fun for me. So today, what we're going to do in this pod party is we're going to talk about claircognizance, clear consciousness, knowing. And it's a gift that I have found that you can't find a lot written on. Maybe there is more today than when I was starting to study it. It's a gift that I got right away. It's a gift that most of you have. So I'm gonna talk a little bit about it. I'm gonna talk how my guides teach it because I really don't know how anybody teaches it because I've never learned it from anybody. I learned it completely from my guides. My guides are teaching guides. So they what that means is the way that I explain it is they like to teach. And I feel like they knew that I wanted to teach. So they chose me. And a lot of times what I do is I let myself go and I just let them work through me. I just did a 2.5 hour soul session right before this. That's something that we do in Soul Finder Academy, where they have experiential experience, where I teach them how to channel in the moment. And I had no idea. I just knew like we're going to do the senses, and I'm going to teach them how they'll know if they're manipulating the readings. Because a lot of you, how many of you want to be readers? You want to like raise your hand or tell me? Um, so there's a few of you that want to be readers, which is great. And I feel like even when you're reading for yourself, which is super important to me and is my platform, we sometimes get confused as to is this me or is this my guides? So I was teaching them today about the mini me and how to really get into communication with that. The reason why I bring that up is because already they're turning me on. As we can tell, I'm kind of speeding up. They work through me. So they'll give me like a snippet of what I'm going to teach. And then I just get out of the way and I just let them teach through me. So I have no idea what's going to happen. And for those of you who are listening on the podcast, I have no idea what's going to happen. We're just going to see. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So the first 15 to 20 minutes, I'm going to be teaching, and then I'm going to be doing readings. And we go into the readings. I'm going to let everybody get an opportunity. Not everybody's going to get a reading, but everybody's going to get an opportunity to get information for themselves. So before I go into claircognizance, which is clear knowing, and a lot of throat chakra energy is coming through, which is clairaudience. Claircognizance and clairaudience get confused. So before I explain what claircognizance is, I want all of you to put in the chat what you think it is. Even though I've said it, I want you to give it to me in your own words, because part of what I teach is how to use your own body as the instrument. So, like I said, there's not a lot. When I was studying, Google did not exist. The internet did not exist the way it exists. There's a beautiful puppy here with Donna. We love when the puppies come. And I had to learn a lot through my guides. There wasn't a lot written about clairaudience. There wasn't a lot written out there. Clairvoyance was written quite a bit out there. And I really learned from them what these things mean. And I'm so glad that I wasn't tainted by all the information out there by other teachers, because the teachers that existed around then, in my opinion, they were antiquated mediums. That's what I call them. A lot of them were in the box. You have to do it this way. If you don't do it this way, if you don't sit in spirit circle for 5 years, you can't be a medium unless you do that. And like, I was like, who the fuck are you? Like, you're nuts. And it wasn't the way I was taught. So I want to teach you how to organically trust yourself. And claircognizance is one of the best gifts to start really trusting your own knowledge. So let's see what we have here. I asked the claircognizance and we got, wow, this is great. Really, really good. Clear knowing, Missy said. Marty said inner knowing. Got a lot of inner knowing. Sandra, deeper awareness. Love that one. Knowing the answer, Gina said. Hearing from inside. Oh, these are beautiful. Terry. Christina says knowing, feeling, and sensing all together. Yes, yes, yes. Is it a thought? Carol, we'll have to see. Is it a thought? Faith and knowing through the physical body. Love it. Got great answers here. And none of this is wrong, Carol. It being a thought is not wrong either, because it could be a news flash. Not going to read all of them, but these are really good. And inner knowing, don't need to question it. Yes, Joan. A voice talks to me through my ear. That could be clairaudience as well, Deb. So we're going to talk about the difference between clairaudience and claircognizance. These answers are so good. I'm going to keep reading them. You can never listen to me on fast speed on podcasts because I talk really fast. Heather is a clear knowing without understanding why or how the information came. Love this. Very good. Kathleen, a knowing inside that can't be explained. Love it. Cheryl, information either drops into my head, I just know, and I didn't come from me. These are so good. I'm not going to keep reading them, but these are great. So, how many of you are using your claircognizance? That's what I want to know. Because the thing that I want to teach, and put a yes in the chat, or I love Marty's like a little bit here and there, kind of. But the reason sometimes, yes, yes, good. So part of the reason is trying, which is great. That dog is so freaking cute. You're lucky we're in video because otherwise I'd be grabbing that. But she has a cute little white fluffy dog for those of you listening with a little button nose, black button nose. And he's like, yeah, I'm here too. Um, the reason why I want to teach is especially claircognizance. Carol, I'll answer that in a second. Great question. Is because I really want you to trust your own inner guidance. I really want you to trust your own answers, your own responses. So the programs I teach you how to use your own instrument so that there's okay going to readers, going to mediums, going to healers, going to coaches, going to therapists. We did a Q&A yesterday, membership, and I was doing readings. And one of the women was struggling with picking a therapist because she had such bad experiences. And I was explaining to her that those bad experiences were teaching her to know herself, to trust herself. So my goal is for you to ignite these gifts inside of you so that when you go and meet a therapist and the therapist feels funky to you, you trust yourself above everybody else, especially a person in power that we put in power. I don't go into a doctor's office and I no longer hand my life over. I'm like, yeah, let me see what you got. And then I talk to my guides, and my guides tell me where to go and who not to go with and things like that. And that's what I want for all of you. I want you to get a clear no. I want you to get a clear yes. I want you to get, if it's a maybe, let me dip my toe in this and check it out and not walk away like, how many of you have had an experience where you've gone to a coach or a healer or a teacher or a doctor and they've said something that's kind of rocked your world in a really bad way or in an uncomfortable way, and not to grow you, but like maybe criticized you or made you feel bad? I don't want that anymore. I want you to be able to walk away empowered going, whoa, dude, I'm not doing that. You're not going to talk to me that way. So this is all part of it. So we've got a lot of yeses most times, Vanita. Yeah. So Carol asked, I listen to my angels, if that's what you mean. Carol, that's a great, great thing. But listening is different than claircognizance. So let's talk about clairaudience versus claircognizance. And then Carol, wherever you are, I want you all to think about how you possibly get these gifts. Because if you don't know how you're receiving them, you're not able to do them. Okay. So I'm going to pin my little picture here. Great. Okay. So clairaudience is clear hearing. It lives in your throat chakra. We talked about it in the last podcast. I actually prefer the gallery. So when they are communicating with you through clairaudience, clear hearing, it's like a sentence. It's the way I'm speaking right now. It's very linear. So people get clairaudience and claircognizance confused because it could be like a news flash. It could be like a thought just jumped into your head. It's the way in which you get the information determines it between clairaudience and claircognizance. Claircognizance is when you are getting downloads of information, complete paragraphs. That is claircognizance. Okay. So for me, best way I teach is through myself. So I know exactly. Let's do this first. Let's have some fun. Do you know where? Let's talk about your physical body first. Where in your body your guides communicate or your angels communicate to you? Do you know where in your body your guides or angels communicate to you? And there may be different locations, but I want to know. Deb says ears. Marty says gut. Great. Mostly left ear. Christina, good job. Sometimes my gut, sometimes my heart. Good, Barbara. There might be different things. Right now, my jaw. Okay, Sandra. Heart and stomach, heart. Great. Okay, good. So does anybody not know where they're communicating to them? Depends on the message. Great, Cheryl. Me, Jackie. Okay, good. That's okay, Jackie. You're in good company, and there's going to be people listening that don't know either. So one of the things that I invite you to do is to start knowing your instrument. So everybody close their eyes and just breathe. Notice if you're just breathing in your chest. Notice if you're breathing through your stomach. Just notice your breath. As you're noticing your breath, you're bringing your inner awareness into your breath. So your inner awareness is actually paying attention to your breath. That is a tool. That is a technique in order to open up to your gifts. Your inner awareness is a technique and tool to speak to your guides. So I want you really focused on your breath right now. And your breath wants to become a color. What color is it? Do you see the color? Do you hear the color? Do you feel the color? Do you know the color? So I want to know what color is it? And I want you to put it in the chat now. And if you heard it, saw it, or felt it, or knew it. So answer me. I got gold, purple, but I want to know where pink knew it, Gina. That's claircognizance. Blue saw it. That's clairvoyance because you saw it. Purple, blue, I saw a wave of it. That's clairvoyance. Light blue, knew. That's claircognizance. Teal and heard it. That's clairaudience. Okay. You all just learned your instrument. You all just learned how you can possibly see, hear, and know. Okay. So, one of the gifts, I'm going to get into claircognizance in a second, but they're asking me because I think it was Christina or Cheryl who said it. It's like all of the gifts, and it's true. So, clairaudience is linear. That's the throat chakra. Empathic ability is feeling. It's picking up physical pain. It's picking up emotions. It's picking up energy. I'll do a pod party about empathic ability. That usually lives in your throat chakra. It can get it confused with clairsentience, which for me lives in my stomach. That's also intuition for me. That's sensing things. That's that gut reaction, that gut feeling. Clairvoyance lives in our third eye chakra. Claircognizance for me lives in all those chakras. And it connects to the head as well, the crown chakra. It is knowing. So when I'm doing a reading, and any of you want to do readings, pay attention to what you say. I see, I hear, I sense, I feel, I know. They are all descriptive words to the gifts. I'll break it down. I see, clairvoyancy. I hear, clairaudience. I feel, empathic ability. I sense, clairsentience, intuition. It could also be feel. So you could interchange those. I know, claircognizance. Okay. So claircognizance is like a paragraph of information dropping into your body. I can meet someone in a nanosecond. I can know their entire story. How many of you have had that experience? I could see, I don't watch the news. I could see a snippet on a billboard. I'll know the entire story. I will be in channeling with my guides and they will drop in a bucket load of information, a truckload of information. I could never get that information out to you in a single sentence because I am not only getting all the information, I'm seeing it, I'm hearing it, I'm feeling it, I'm sensing it, I'm knowing it. So what they usually have me do is summarize it into a line, a sentence, or a summary. And I get what I can in the summary of information out. Now I can probably, I'm going to almost guarantee every one of you on here has got this gift. You just don't know it. So until we start separating the gifts, we have a hard time knowing which gift we're using. So I invite you to start doing that a bit. Okay, so we're going to play some games with claircognizance. Claircognizance to me is absolute brilliance. It's amazing to just know. And spirit's like, look, you can, they didn't say, look, that's me. They don't talk that way, like, look, you know, they talk in vibration. What I want you to know is claircognizance, they said it could be one word, it could be a sentence, but it'll have a profound meaning to it. Profound, in depth. One of the things I'd love for you all to learn is how to live in this multidimensionally. And what I mean by that, it doesn't mean you're jumping into all these dimensions, which probably a lot of you are doing anyway. It means that when I listen or I'm living my life, I am multidimensionally experiencing it. I'm experiencing it not only through my psychic senses, but my physical senses. Psychics and mediums have separated the physical sense from the psychic sense, and you need the physical sense too. When I teach clairaudience, I'm teaching physical sound as well. It's super important. When we did the soul session today, I had them jump into a picture and hear a sound. I had them hear a sound intuitively in the picture that wasn't possibly there just by looking at something. And then I had them hear a sound physically. And then I had them listen to the sound because sound has vibration in your body. It'll heal and change you. Okay. Anybody have questions up until this point as I continue on? Because now the fun's going to happen. So a lot of you like in your throat chakra. So I'm feeling like a lot of you are probably clairaudient or clear hearing. I'm just going to check the chat. Okay. Great. Missy, this is a great question. Thank you for this. She said, do you suggest we work and concentrate on one? Because I honestly get a little from all of them in a reading. Beautiful. So let me explain something about this. When you're opening up and to your guides, this is what I'd have you do, Missy. But let me just explain something. People will say to me, why can't I see? I want to see. I want to see. And then I'll work with them for a second and they're feeling. They have their empathic abilities are through the roof. And people think empathic abilities like, no, I can't. I don't want to feel everything they're feeling. When I'm in a reading, I'm not feeling. I'll feel depression for a second and it'll go away. I'll feel the heart attack for a second, it'll go away. I'm not absorbing that stuff, right? I'm not shutting down. You can't shut down your heart in this work. So, Missy, it's such a great question because then I say to people, you're feeling, just focus on your feeling. And I know you're getting all, so I'm going to answer that. And people just negate their other gifts because they're like, I want to see like Mary Jo. Why can't I see like her? I'm like, because you're feeling like friggin' Frank, who does great. Just feel. You're feeling like yourself because your guides will grow your gifts and then they'll grow them again and they'll grow them again. You don't get to a level of your gift and all of a sudden stop. It continues to expand and grow. And I don't care what age you are, your gifts can come to you at any point in your life, any point. So, what I suggest to all of you is so, Missy, when I'm in a reading, I'm using a combination of gifts. So, I will layer them. And what you could do is you could say to your guides, layer my gifts. One will be at the forefront usually. It might be clairvoyancy. And then I'll be like, okay, I'm seeing a turtle. Ooh, the turtle feels very congested in its heart. It's saying you're moving too slow because you're not getting enough physical activity. You need to get physical exercise. You're really stopping your breathing. And then this turtle is telling me, I'm hearing it say, breathe, breathe, do some breathing. So I've just used empathic ability, hearing, and seeing. I layered them together on one image of a turtle. That's what you can do. Does that make sense, honey? Okay. So what I suggest you do is if you want to open up to a gift, say, work on empath. A lot of people are afraid of empathic ability because they've had to feel so much for so long, but it's such a beautiful gift. You don't want to shut it down. And I'll do a pod party on the empathic ability. Since we're doing claircognizance, go through going, I know. Whether you're right or wrong, don't worry about it just yet. Okay. That's too much for me to teach in this little period of time. So let's play with some claircognizance. Okay. Close your eyes. Breath is so important. I cannot stress how important breath is. Breathe. The reason why breath is so important is because whatever you believe, God, universe, divine, infinite intelligence, has given you the gift of breath, which has given you the gift of life. This is your prana. Breathe. So normally I do a whole opening up, but I'm not going to do that. And I do a shedding and an opening up. I don't have, in sake of time, I'm just going to do this pretty quickly. I want you to see a cord of light and use the color you used for the breath, they're saying, coming from your crown chakra all the way up above, through your crown chakra, all the way through your chakras down into the earth. It's rooting you in safety. It's rooting you in your highest abilities and your gifts. It's rooting you in everything that you need to be at this moment in time. That that is fluid like breath. It is not anchoring you down into something you don't want. It's that Mother Earth supports us so that we could be spiritual beings on this physical plane. And then our guides support us. So just breathe up and down that cord of light right now. Now, focus on the cord of light that is down in the center of the earth, Mother Earth. Mother Earth is just tapping it, and she's sending vibration all the way up to your first chakra. And your first chakra is at the base of your spine, base of your cervix, wherever you want to feel it. It's different for men and women, obviously. So I always say base of the spine. And that's usually a red light. And I want you to breathe as if you're the center of the chakra, meaning you're standing in the center of it. And you're breathing in a clockwise fashion, as if the front of your body is noon, the back of your body is 6, the side of your left side is 9, the right side is 3. And you're just breathing into this first chakra of spiritual truths, money, belief systems, just owning your highest wisdom. Breathe. Now you're going into the second chakra, which is orange light, creativity for me. And this is where you're breathing in your creative souls. And you're going to allow yourself to experience this these exercises, this experience. Whether you can, Spirit wants you to know, whether you can see, hear, feel, sense, or know, as I'm taking you through this opening of meditations of your chakras, every way that you do it is the right way. There is no wrong way. So you need to trust yourself. So breathe into the creativity of who you are. So many times people believe they're not creative. It's not true. Go into your third chakra above your navel, which is yellow light. Breathing into clairsentience, intuition. Now, this is where it lives for me. If that lives someplace else for you, breathe into that too. Now you're going into your heart chakra, which is green light, empathic ability. Breathe into that. It's also an area of truth, knowing your truth. Then we go into the upper heart chakra, which some people think is pink. For me, it's bluish green. It's compassion for self. Compassion for self is showing up and doing this work, not judging yourself. There are no right or wrongs. Go into your throat chakra, which is light blue light, where clairaudience lives, clear hearing. This is also a truth place, speaking your truth and hearing your truth. Now light up your face because that's a chakra, being seen in the world. And go into your third eye chakra, indigo, clairvoyance. Clear seeing. And then you can go into your crown chakra and shoot beautiful light out. It's usually white with lavender specks. It could be iridescent. It could just be white. It could be lavender. Everybody has a different color. Just breathe it out. And your guides, whether you know them or not, from the highest light and highest alignment with you, they're just touching it. They're sending down with this light that is now surrounding you the knowledge of knowing. You know. So now when I open my claircognizance, I'm going to ask you to do this as yourself. I see it as a color, a certain color. I want you, it could be one of the colors of the chakras, because mine is, or it could be a different color. I know it to be, answer that question for yourself. I know my claircognizance is blank color. Answer it for yourself. Trust it. It could change if you want, but trust it for now. So now when you open up your claircognizance, usually what I say, I'm trying to get the words because it's so, I'm opening up my claircognizance to the highest light and highest alignment with myself. And there's some other things I say, but just say something now that you're opening up your claircognizance. And I always say highest light, the highest alignment myself, because nothing can get in the way of that. It is the highest light and its highest alignment with you. So you could say something like that if you like, but just say, I'm opening up my claircognizance. And as you open it up, and then I'll stop speaking, you're basically seeing two lights going right and left. So it's almost like they shoot out of your head like a fountain, and they go to your second chakra, and they like almost like a pinball machine. They ding the second chakra, they ding the third chakra, they ding your heart chakra, they ding your throat chakra, you ding your third eye chakra, and it all lights up because claircognizance to me uses all of that. Now, it's not to say that it doesn't use the second and first chakra because that's a big part of it. That's your instrument, that's who you are, but that's what we're going to focus on. So you're just going to visualize now this colored light that claircognizance is for you, two lines of energy of this light, this color, and it's going to open up those chakras. So take a moment now to do that. So I'm going to share something with you in a second. Keep doing that, breathing into that. So what I always say, and they said it's okay to share this, I always say, I'm opening up my claircognizance to the highest light and highest light myself. I lost it again. Hold on. I can't say it. It's not coming through. So don't worry about it. Keep breathing into the claircognizance. So I want you to finish this sentence with the question. You're going to say, I know it's a, and you're going to finish it with the thing. So get ready to say, I know it's a, and you're going to pick a bird. I know it's a, notice where you feel that energy, or if you saw it, if you heard it, if it was all of the above, just know it. So I know it's a, and name the bird. Now you're going to finish this question. I know it's, and you're going to name an animal. I know it's, and you're going to name an animal. Now, this one's going to be a little different. You're going to finish this question, and then I'm going to give you more to do. I know it's, and you're going to give a body of water. I know it's a river. I know it's a lake, whatever. Do a body of water right now. Now, you're not going to question what came through. You're not allowed to second guess it. You have to say it. Now, you're going to go further. That body of water wants you to know something. That body of water wants you to know something. And all I want you to do is to use, I know it wants me to know, blah, 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 blah. I know it wants me to know. And I just want you to answer that for yourself right now. Now I want you to breathe again. Notice your breath. And open your eyes. And if you have a pen and paper, great. If not, don't worry about it. You can do it on the computer too. It's fine. I want you to take pen to paper and you're going to go further. I always ask secret questions. You don't know the secret questions I'm asking. And I really, what you want to do is I want you to constantly use I know, I know, I know, because what Spirit is letting me know is that until you know how your instrument works with claircognizance, we're just giving you the key to unlock it. And the way that you unlock it is by getting comfortable with the I know, I know. And notice where when you say, I know, everybody just practice that right now. Like, I know it's resonating in my heart big time right now. Where is it resonating in your body? Where is the I know vibrating in your body? I know, I know, I know. Where is it vibrating? And they said, now claircognizance for me drops down the center of me, but for some reason they're lighting up my heart with this, probably because I love teaching. So they said, notice where it resonates in your body and tune into it this week when you ask questions of spirit. And go into that part where it resonates and say, I know, and just answer the question, whether it's right or wrong. They said, you're never going to get to the right answer for you until you play with the gray area of right and wrong. Okay, pen to paper. You got a bird, and you know what the bird was, and you can write the bird down, but why? I want you to answer, I know it's a bird because, and you're never allowed to just really write, you can write one word right now, that's okay, but I don't believe in periods. I teach a dot, dot, dot technique. Everything has more information. So even if you're like, I don't know what it wants, I don't know, I don't know. Just go, I know, I don't know. It's okay. You are not going to unlock the access to your inner wisdom if you continue to block it. So, right, I know the bird, blah, 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 wants me to know, and just do that for a second now. Okay. The next one is, whoops, I know why. I want to know why the animal came to you. So I know this animal came to me because of blah, 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 blah. Just fill it in. I know this animal came to me because of blah, 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 blah. And then write down whatever you wrote for the body of water because you already did the body of water. And then I'm going to give you one more thing. Okay. The very last thing I want you to do is to read what you wrote. And I want you to write a summary sentence. I know spirit is telling me. I know spirit is telling me. And if you don't like the word spirit, you can say my angels, my guides. I know. And you're going to write a summary sentence or a summary couple of sentences. Okay. Sorry, I was communicating with my team. So, how was that? Who wants to tell me how that was for them? You can just raise your hand. You can unmute yourself. I'd love somebody who hasn't spoken before to just share. Anybody? Go ahead, Carol. You can unmute. You have to unmute though, honey, because I'm not that psychic. Go ahead.
Not very good at this, I'm afraid. I couldn't know anything. When you asked me to know about a bird, I saw an eagle. When you asked about the animal, I heard a pig. And when you asked about water, it was like a trickle through rocks. And then you asked what you knew, and I kept seeing this purple and white like a bird above me. and I knew that I was protected.
Can you speak a little louder, honey? You saw when I asked what you knew, you saw purple. Go ahead.
Purple and white color above me, like a wings, and I knew I was protected. When you asked me to know, I know, I don't know anything. And when you asked me to do sentences, I can't.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you what's in your way. Your mind. Because you started out this whole thing saying, I can't do this. I don't know how to do this. And then when you asked me for a bird, I got an eagle. When you asked me, you got things. But what got in your way was mind chatter. It's the hardest thing that gets in the way for everybody to open up to their gifts. But it's okay, Carol. It's like the normal thing. I did a whole podcast episode on what gets in your way, what keeps you from being psychic. And it's all about the mind chatter. So you may want to go there and listen to it. I don't know which episode it is right now. So what I would suggest you do, honey, is do a 10-minute writing exercise. Set an alarm and do a 10-minute exercise where you're not allowed to take the pen from paper. And if all you write is, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, I want you to trust it because it's clearing out a belief that it needs to be cleared out. And if we just, this is why I don't like the periods, that I don't allow anybody to put a period at an end of a sentence. I call it the ... technique. Because if we just let the wall stop us, we're never going to get anywhere. But if we say, okay, I don't know, I don't know, I don't know, but I'm going to try this exercise and just see what happens. It may not come in the moment of the writing. It may come when you're going to the grocery store. It may come when you have a dream. It may come when you're watching TV. Just the intention of wanting to do this work allows the access ways to open. You're just missing it because you might be in your head and expecting it to show up. You saw purple. You're very clairvoyant. You saw the eagle. You saw things. Okay. How does that feel?
Yes. I also saw black when you were asking the first color. Why, I don't know why, but it's black.
Great. So you may actually want to go to a piece of paper and write, and I didn't tell you the secret questions. I'll tell you guys in a minute. You may want to go to a piece of paper and write, I see the bottle of rose water in front of me. So I see the bottle of rose water and I'm seeing the rays of light. You can do this with anything. Like I'm looking at this. So Spirit will just take me on a journey on this one bottle. But the reason is because I trust it. I don't question it. So I invite you not to question it and to just journey with it. Okay, honey?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing. I'm only going to take one more right now because of time, and I want to get in some readings. And I saw your note, Sandra. Thank you. And it's Barbara.
Hello there.
Hi.
And I just noticed, so I'm going to just throw out my final sentence, which, funnily enough, had no periods in it, which I didn't realize. So, I know Spirit is telling me how I am surrounded by love and support and how strong and powerful my gifts are if I let myself see the bigger picture, then focus in on each of my gifts.
Say that again. It's beautiful.
I know Spirit is telling me how I am surrounded by love and support and how strong and powerful my gifts are if I let myself see the bigger picture, then focus in on each of my gifts.
How does that feel?
Great. Just, yeah. And with each of so I just pulled from each of I see a hawk, I see a bear, I see a lake, and how I felt within each of those, and it just kind of made its way into that sequence.
Do you believe
So, yes, I do believe it. I do believe it. I just, do I believe it all the time? And maybe, and that's where I waffle. I want to believe it more.
Yeah. Okay. So, I want you to start, I'm working with mantras in my Soul Finder Academy course. So I want you to start saying, if it feels good to you, I know it to be true. Just say that. Feel it on for size because I don't feel like that's the full-on mantra for you. But just say, I know it to be true. I know it to be true. And think about that statement that you wrote and just play with it. Thank you so much, Sandra. Sandra put, it was episode 55, tools, tips, and techniques. No, it's the one that says the one gift you need to open up to your psychic ability. But that's probably a good episode too. All right, Barbara, thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, so I'm going to choose one other person and I'm going to take them through the secret questions. So, Kathleen. Okay.
You? Okay.
Hi. Okay.
Hi.
So did you get stuff from this?
I did. I really actually enjoyed it a lot. It was great. For me, it was about tuning into the animals and also about the body of water. And I love the part of putting it together because that was like the message. That was what Spirit was really wanting me to hear. So for me, it was about a sparrow. And the sparrow, when I hear a sparrow or see a sparrow, I feel joy and I feel love. That's what I feel. That's
Hold
it.
on. So
Okay.
let me give the secret question as you go through it so everybody can do this. And then I want everybody to write their summary in the end, which I'm going to have you do.
Okay.
The secret question was, so what was the sparrow, Kathleen?
The sparrow was about love and joy.
So the secret question is, what do you need to grow into your truth? What do you need to grow into your truth? What do you think the answer of the sparrow was?
To trust and to open my heart and to know that love is all around, that it's there and it's also inside of me. That's what I felt. The bird was singing and I felt the joy of the bird and it was reminding me of who I am.
Yeah.
That's what I felt.
So that's the beauty of this work, and that's why I teach it, is because you don't know what my secret question is, but it answers it. So I want all of you to look at your bird and see how it answered what you needed to know about growing into your truth. What did you need to know about it growing into your truth? Now, what did the bear say? Well, you didn't get a bear. Sorry, I've been getting bear all day. What did the animal say?
The animal was a rabbit. And it's interesting because I have rabbits that live around me, and the rabbit was there to let me know not to be afraid and to move past my fears. That's what I got from the rabbit. And
Go ahead.
sorry, go ahead.
Oh, were you going to tell me more about the rabbit?
Yeah, because when I see a rabbit, I immediately think of this little creature that is always watchful and is always trying to stay frozen so you don't see him. And he thinks that, that makes him safe. But it's really because he's afraid and he thinks that it's okay, but that's what works for him. But I see it as like, okay, Spirit is telling me not to be afraid, to let go and trust and see that the rabbit, I can be different. I can be something that rises above that. And that's what I felt when I saw the rabbit.
You want to know the secret question?
Yes, I do.
For everybody, look at your animal. She described it perfectly. Whether you described it or had one word, when I was in mediumship circles, there was one woman who would only get one word. I get paragraphs. I just get paragraphs. I'm very fast. I got a lot. Not everybody works that way. And she would say one word and she would be like, I'm not doing this right. I can't do it right. You guys all get paragraphs. And she'd say one word and we'd all be like, our mouths would drop. And she never gave credibility to her own gift. It was so interesting to watch her do that. So some of you may have gotten 2 sentences, 2 words. It's the right thing for you. So the secret question for your animal was, what do you need to believe in your truth? Kathleen, what do you think it is?
Courage and faith. That's what I got.
I want you to go back when this comes out on the podcast and listen to your response with that question also, because the way you described the rabbit and the rabbit being frozen, there might be a little of you that's afraid of your truth too, which happens because of past experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And the rabbit is perfect because it's teaching you how to not be afraid of your truth, how to have courage, like you said, and trust it and move forward. Okay. The body of water, what did you get?
The ocean.
Okay, what did the ocean tell you?
It told me to go with the flow. Go with the flow of life. That was what the ocean told me.
Good.
And, and I love the ocean. So for me, that was simple, came to me very easily that way. But going with the flow is the message here for me.
Beautiful. So the secret question that I think I even shared is, what do you need to flow into your truth?
I still feel trust is so important to me. Trusting myself and trusting, the higher power, what is around us, the intelligence that's here. And that's what I'm learning now. That's what I know. I know. I know that's what I need. And that's what I want to do. So yes.
You're not in membership, are you?
Not yet, no, but I am seriously considering it. Yes.
Well, I have an offer for you guys, but it's $1 offer to try it out for a month. And you can see the community. Sandra's in our community and she's helping. Thank you so much, Sandra. She's a reader herself. She's got her own business. She's amazing, but we have such a supportive community in there. And you would really excel in there. We're going to start bringing some accountability in there in about 2 months, which is really going to help people to succeed even more in the program. So I'm really excited about it. So Kathleen, amazing work, great work. And you trusted the whole process by sharing it with me. So I just want to congratulate you for that. Thank you so much.
Can you send me that information that you just described?
Yeah. About what? The membership?
About the membership. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna send an email to all of you guys with that link so you can take the $1 offer and try it out for 30 days.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right.
Remove pin. Okay, so Sandra, thank you for finding that. So she found Sandra Kelly, episode 16, one thing that opens your psychic ability, and that's about mind chatter. So there's a lot of tools and techniques in that. Okay, I'm going to lower all your hands for a second. And we are going to go into the reading. I'd love to hear from everybody, but I don't have the time. I'm actually past the amount of time, so I'm not even going to be able to take as many readings as I want to take. But what I want you to do is I want everybody in the chat right now to give me what was the most profound experience they had from this exercise, whether it was even struggle is profound. And if you felt safe in your struggle, like Carol, I'm so glad, first of all, seeing my number 354, one of my numbers. I'm so glad that you spoke up about like what you felt, because that was such a pivotal moment for you. And it's also a great teaching tool for other people who feel like, I don't get anything. I don't get anything. I don't get anything. And in truth, they really do. And you really did. But it's so beautiful that you stepped forward and shared so many other people can learn from that moment. And it's really important for me that nobody feels ridiculed. I want everybody to feel safe. When I create communities, like in Membership for Your Soul, any of my programs, I am super safe about them. I create so much safety. So I want to share all that with you, that you feel safe in here. So I'm communicating to my team. So I'm trying to multitask. Okay, great. So share those summaries, which is great. And then what I will be doing is sending all of you, I'm going to try to get the link now. I wasn't prepared because I've had so many calls today. But everybody who's on this call and will get an offer, $1 offer to try out membership for a month. And what we do with that, I'm going to get into readings in a second. What we do with that is we ask you to mark your calendar so you'll know when you get billed every 30 days. So on the 27th day, I'd mark your calendar and you make a decision whether you want to continue on with us or not, and then email us. And it's very easy. We have great customer service, unless it falls on a Saturday or Sunday, but we'll take care of you. And if you want to continue on, we're going to give you offers to continue on. We have some great offers. And if you don't want to continue on, we just cancel it. It's not a big deal. We'll also send you emails reminding you that that is coming up. So don't worry, we have you covered, but open your emails. That's what I'm going to say, because I'm very strict about refund policies, extremely strict. Okay, so for readings, raise your, first everybody, I'm going to do what Jennifer McLean does, which I think is so great. Put your hands on your heart And I'm going to teach you something right now. They just brought in another technique and tool. I'm so sorry, Ricky. Ricky does the producing for my podcast. It's going to be longer than an hour this time. Sorry. Put your hands on your heart. And what Jennifer always says, and I'm going to take it from her, the perfect person is going to be picked for the readings tonight. The perfect people are going to be picked for the readings. And you are going to get exactly what you need. Everyone is going to get exactly what you need. So just know the perfect people, I'm probably going to do, I don't know how many, not that many, but the perfect people are going to be picked. And in those readings, everyone is going to get what they need. Everyone is going to get what they need. Okay. So you can either raise your hand or you can put it in the chat now if you want the question. I'm going to try to use the chat. It's very hard. But the thing I want you to do is I want you to think of a question that you have. And as I do the readings, I want you to write, I know. Anything I say that hits you in your heart or hits you in your system, write it down. Because at the end of this, we do this all the time with membership for the Q&As. People get questions answered they didn't even know they had. They walk away with really, really big readings. So I invite you to do that, okay? I invite you to write it down. Great. Okay. Donna. Hi, Donna.
Hi.
What's the
Oops.
question?
Oh, goodness. What do I do to move forward? Make decisions.
So I'm going to tell you right now that my throat chakra is completely a little bit shut down with me. My right ankle is like this. And the reason why it means it's twisted, the reason why it's twisted is the right is about moving forward. It's about moving direction. It's about taking steps. Your throat chakra is a little bit shut down, not because of clairaudience, but about speaking your truth to yourself. You've been waiting for the right opportunity, the right moment to go forward, or somebody say, go ahead, Donna, you can do it. You can do it. You've got to tell yourself you can do it. You got to stop holding back. Spirit says, my ankle is like under, like I would twist it right now if I stood up, and I would not want that for you. And you're not, even if you stumble and fall, it's okay because Spirit's there to catch you. So just like Kathleen was sharing that she's going to trust, you need to start trusting and doing. They said March is a huge month for you to start taking action. And one of the things I've been teaching now in my communities that we're going to start bringing in the accountability part of it all. It's just going to take a couple of months to get in. I want you to think of a goal that you have, and I want you to make one tiny step today. And I want you to put it on your calendar, because if it's not on your calendar, you're not going to do it. You're waiting for somebody to full out say, I believe in you. And they do, Donna. Spirit believes in you, but you have to believe in yourself because you're ready to do it. I feel like you have an incredible empathic side to you that you are so good. I get chills with this, of really holding space for people, for helping people to feel them, to honestly feel them and hear them. Because of all the compassion you have not gotten in your life, you give to so many. And Spirit's like, can we just turn the mirror around and have the compassion for ourselves right now? Is your dad in spirit?
Yes.
Was he hard on you?
In some ways.
That's a no. That's a no. I don't reach for things.
Mm.
That would be a hard yes right away. So he's coming through, and I feel like he's coming through, pushing you forward, telling you you can do it. They're cheerleading you on. But I feel like he's coming forward with a little bit of strength. Like, forgive me, this is a stereotypical thing I'm going to say, and I'm not going to say, be a man in this situation. I'm going to say it. People can be pissed off. I don't care. I'm a strong woman, so I have a lot of masculine energy in me. What are you waiting for? You're so sensitive. You have so much sensitivity. Your heart chakra and throat chakra just want to explode. Mm-hmm. What's your favorite flower? Give me a flower right now.
Rose came into my mind, but I don't know.
Okay, let's do a rose. What color is the rose?
Red.
Beautiful. So, and Sandra, I'm getting, if you're still on, you definitely need to teach that inner child class in membership, because it is the little me class. I don't know if she's still on, but you need to teach that class. So definitely talk to Laura.
I'm here.
I have a broken ankle. I broke it 2 weeks ago. I twisted it, by the way.
Oh.
I'm doing great, though.
Good. So that's why my ankle is it's my right, but I don't know if I'm mirroring. Is it your right ankle or left?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, with my right ankle. Sometimes I mirror on calls and stuff, so I never know. Yeah, it was completely twisted. So I want you at night and in the morning to put the rose in your heart and throat chakra.
Okay.
Do you have any follow-up quick? Because I didn't let you finish your question. Because I don't usually, if I do readings, I don't need questions. I just do it for sake of time.
I don't know.
How does
Anything
that feel to you?
except good, right on.
Okay.
I do want specifics, but yeah.
Okay. What's the one goal that you have?
To sell my house and property. I don't know if I should sell all of it or just some
Okay.
of it.
Do you know where you want to go?
Not exactly California, kind of, but
You need to know where you want to go before you can sell your house. That's what they're letting me know. Like, you need to know. What's your struggle there? Why
well,
are you
I
struggling with me?
have a lot of acres. I don't know whether I should split it up and keep some or just sell it all. Or
I don't feel like you need to make that decision until you know where you want to go and how much money you need in order to exist in the new place and to live. Because I feel like you're going to know, I'm done with this place. I want to sell it all. I'm ready to go. But until you know where you're going, I don't feel like you're going to be ready to sell all of it. But I do feel you will sell a good portion of it, at least 3/4 of it.
Mhm.
Is that specific enough for you?
Yeah, yes.
Even if it's not, it's fine.
Dad.
What?
Thanks, Dad. I like hearing from my daddy.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you, sweetie.
And my mother's name is Sandra.
What?
My mother's name is Sandra.
Oh, I love that. So I kept talking to Sandra.
Yeah.
Make sure you start looking at where you want to go. You're not going to leave where you are until you know where you want to go.
I want to go to California.
So then start looking in California. And I live in California, and some of the areas are so expensive, as you know, and some of the
I
areas aren't.
know.
And then
Actually, I want to go in a Winnebago and just roll around.
great. Start planning it, and then you'll sell. Trust me. You're not going
Okay.
to sell until you know where you're going. Okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. Who doesn't agree with me with that one for her, right? I want to know what you think, because that's my feeling. All right. Somebody's like, I don't know. Okay. Let's go to someone else. Julie. Okay. Hi, Julie.
Marilyn, I feel like I've known you like ages. I haven't seen you in so long. Do you know who I am? Do I look
No,
familiar?
you do look a little familiar to me.
I met you on the phone in 2015 when you were still doing readings in Los Angeles.
Oh, wow.
And you predicted my life correctly,
Thank you.
where I am right now.
Wow.
Although where I am right now,
You
this
need to
is,
change
so
that.
I'm not even going to ask you a question. I want you to tell me what you think. You think it's really like career purpose, like all of that is happening right now. So what would be the message that somebody as accurate as you are could give me that would move me forward on my path?
Well, I feel like you're extremely creative, Julie, and I feel like there's a lot of creativity, but you think a little bit too much about there's a lot of formulas that you get hit with. Whether it's like, I don't know if you're a writer or something, but the throat chakra is very open to me. Do you do script? Don't even answer this. Whatever you're doing, there's formulaic people around you that are like, you have to do it this way, you have to do it that way, you can't do it this way. And Spirit is saying none of it is true. You have to do it your way. And you've known this for so long. And now you have to find the people that can really hear what it is you're meant to do. You're a visionary, and they want you to get your vision out there. So your vision is super important for the progress of a lot of people. It feels to me it's going to motivate a lot of people. So the problem that I'm having with you is I get into your energy. I feel like you write scripts. I don't know, but if not, there's like a lot of creativity and visual and in scripts. And they're asking me to ask you, and they're showing me a dove, which is very, very important to me because the dove is definitely a representation of Jesus Christ. And this is going to sound a little strange, possibly, but whether you believe in Jesus or not, but the people that believe in Jesus, what Jesus has done for the world, the people that believe in him, Julie, if you've been called to such a high mission and you don't yet have the people that can support you in where you want to go, you're going to continue to struggle. But Spirit is like, this has been like the dynamic that's happening. And they're asking that you continue to trust the vision and the mission of where you want to go and what you're meant to do, because you have a story inside of you, not only the stories that you may be creating, but there's an authentic, true story inside of you that's meant to get out. They said just her presence alone and how she speaks and what she talks about and what she's been is enough to motivate the masses. And you're meant to motivate the masses.
Absolutely. Absolutely on target.
So what you need to do, honey, is the people you're surrounded with, they're just not the best people. But what I would suggest you do, I'm doing a lot of mantra work, Sanskrit mantra work, and it's really clearing me out. I want you to try different techniques and tools that could clear out, because what you have is a lot of past experience that's a little trapped in the body. And so what you're mirroring back is not accelerating you forward.
My past life experience is
No, I don't get
trapping.
into that nonsense. It's past experiences in this life.
Oh,
There
that's
might
what I
be,
mean. My
yeah,
past current life.
they can get trapped in our chakras, and they could be stories that we tell. Oh, they didn't say yes here, they didn't say yes there, blah 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 blah. So what I've been finding is through these beautiful mantras, if you do it for 40 days and you get the beads, the 108 a night, or whenever you do it, it'll clear stuff out, because we need to clear stuff out, because my head is hurting a bit with you. So it means like there's a little bit of like a lot of thinking or anxious, or like that kind of energy. Although I don't feel anxious in your energy at all.
I'm so anxious.
Yeah.
But so on target with this higher vision. I just feel like I'm a rocket ready to take off, and it's, COVID has really delayed things.
So let me stop you there a second, because there's truth in that. But we have to be careful of the stories we tell. Let me ask you this, Julie, okay? When COVID happened, it really struck a lot of friggin' people, and it sucked. It's, I want to find compassion for all of that. But what I did in my life is I was like, if this is my illusion, why did I create this? Why did I create this? And I try to do that. Gary Renard wrote a great book called The Disappearance of the Universe. And I don't know how I feel about whatever. The book is good. I'm just going to say that. What I want you to do is tell yourself a new story. Okay? Try to find a new story in it. It's true that things happen that have created stop gaps or things to stop. But what's a new story you can tell?
Marilyn, I don't mean to interrupt you. Actually, I wrote the story that I'm putting out there during COVID. I was inspired despite all the crazy.
Okay, good. So what's the issue about COVID happening and then you moving forward?
Because I guess I feel like I'm ahead of where I am right now. I feel like I should be much farther along.
Okay.
I should be, I know I've gone through the dark night of the soul, which, by the way, is a hellhole. And you're Italian. I'm Jewish, but I am Italian. And, I have to tell you, and by the way, I'm a performer before being a writer, but you told me I was a writer and I told you I was a performer. So anyway, I'm both. So, but my point is that I really I'm just like, what is it going to take for things to just really move forward already?
So I still need you to go, I understand this, but I still need you to go back and listen to this. And I want to say this to you, Julie, and I'm going to leave you with this because I have to move on. And I hear this. Where you are, this is for everybody. It's a technique and tool. Where you are and where you want to be, you're trying to bridge the gap. The way to bridge that gap is there's something you have to be doing that you're not already doing, and there's something you have to give up. And I want you to look at all areas of your life. Energy, health is energy and health, career, and relationship, which is love. So it could be, I'm not going to watch TV anymore. It could be, I'm not going to drink wine. It could be, I'm going to go to temple. It's a choice you're going to give up, something you're going to give up, and something you're going to do that is really, and you may think like this has nothing to do with my career. It's got everything, because it's going to motivate, it's going to take the gap and put them together. Trust me. Okay.
So something that I'm not doing that I need to do, and give up something that I am doing.
Yeah, that's not accelerating you forward. So one of the, and it can be simple things. So one of the things I gave up was my screen time at night, not even looking at YouTube. So my screen goes away at like 8 o'clock at night. What?
at late at night, I'm on YouTube looking at the videos. Dean Martin roast. I'm
Right.
like, dick.
So that stuff, you put it away because it gets in your head, whether you realize it or not. It's messing with your dreams, and then it messes with your waking life. Okay.
Okay.
Go to my podcast about, I don't know if it's out yet, 10xing your life.
I
And-
did hear it. I
Okay,
loved it.
good. So go back. But I feel like do this, Julie, and listen to it and see what happens. Okay, honey? I got to move on.
so
Good luck,
much.
Julie. Good. I want to say something. This is really good. I want to say something real quick, and I'm going to be able to take one more person. I'm sorry. What I'd like to know is what you're getting from the readings for your own self. I'd like to know what you're getting from the readings for your own self. But one of the things I want to share with all of you is we tend to think that we have to start. It's like Kathleen. It wasn't Kathleen. It was, I'm not going to remember. I'm really bad with names. The person before Julie. She's like, I want to know if I have to sell my property. I'm like, you're not going to know if you want to sell your property unless you know where you want to go. We trip ourselves up. And I'm not making fun of any of you. It's because I struggle with it myself. So when I stop doing things that aren't accelerating my growth, like I sat with my coach and I was like, what do I need to stop doing? I have really good habits. And he was like, are you on your screen at night? I'm like, and now since I put it away, I'm doing mantras, I'm doing gratitude lists. You know what, another tip and technique I'm going to give all of you? Every day I write with my gratitude list, I write a happy memory from that day. Because when I was doing my mantras, I realized I had difficulty finding happy memories. And Spirit said, every day you need to write a happy memory from that day so we can build on happy memories. That's going to accelerate my life faster than me going in and meeting with somebody who totally has the keys to my kingdom. Bull, you have the keys to your own kingdom. Good job, Julie. I'm excited to see what's going to happen for you.
Thank you.
Carolina, you are next.
Oh, hello.
Hi, let me pin you.
I guess I have many questions, but
But you're not allowed to have many.
yeah, I know. Maybe then it will be like a general idea. I think the main problem I have right now is to be able to like express myself, if that makes sense.
So with you, Carolina, what I feel right away is I'm very is that like that yellow thing on your back shelf? That's one of those, what's that movie that's from?
Oh, Minions.
Minions, which I never saw. Spirit uses me in every way. A lot of breath. So I'm just finding the breath within myself. And I feel like I'm between plain glass windows. And I'm just go follow me, okay? So when they talk about triangle pose in yoga, right? I don't know if I shaved my armpits, so here you go. Triangle pose, they talk about being stuck between two panes of glass to keep your body in the alignment. That's one of the alignment cues, so that you're completely aligned. And what Spirit is offering up to me right now as they share this with you is it's almost like you're stuck between two panes of glass. It's how people see you and how you want the world to see you. So you're stuck between these two panes of glass and you're wondering like, well, I want to be seen this way, but everybody sees me this way. Why can't people see me, hear me the way that I really want to be? And I'll get, everybody's like, oh, specifics. I'll get into specifics in a second. But what I feel like you're doing is you're twisting yourself into a little bit of a pretzel. And what you need to do, and what I feel, and I don't like the word need, is you need to back away from the demands of your life and pause and ask yourself, what is it that I really want to be? What is the Spirit? When people say to me, thank you very much. When people say to me, general readings I allow now, thanks to Dashka, because I used to fight them on it and be like, tell me what you want, because I want you to own it. And then Dashka made me understand that my general readings, when it comes through, it's just very beneficial for everybody. It doesn't matter. You need to know this. So I want you to take ownership of your heart and your soul. Because I feel like your expression is in many different forms. I don't know that you dance, but I would have you move energetically because your energy is getting a little bit trapped in this. I don't remember readings. That's why I don't remember. Julie looks familiar, but I don't remember her. I never remember readings. I remember new symbols. I have never been in a reading where I can't get out of the pane glass trap. And Spirit's like, just shatter it. What you've known to be true up until this point, Carolina, is being challenged. That's an uncomfortable place to be because the foundation that you've built your life on is breaking up. And
Mm.
what that means is your belief systems are being challenged. So what you've been believed about yourself is not true, because you have this beautiful flower inside your body. It's a red Gerber daisy. I don't know what they mean. I can look it up in a second. But when I say red Gerber daisy, do you know what they look like?
No.
Okay.
Think-
Do you know what
no.
daisies look like?
Yeah. So yeah,
What does the color red mean to you?
red. Um. mm, I usually I try to avoid it actually.
Me too. Mm-hmm. Go ahead, tell me. Why do you avoid it?
Um. Well, my idea is that, uh, according to feng shui and so on, my color is red and yellow, but I always like yellow and blue, and I always would dress up blue, black, gray, and avoid anything bright. Just like trying to hide myself.
Trying to hide yourself. But you said a lot in that was so important. You said my colors are, what did you say, blue and what else?
My eye yellow and red, but I liked navy blue is one of my
Right.
favorite colors, and yellow.
Yeah.
So
Yellow and blue. That's what I was asking, what your favorite colors were. So there's a reason here. So red is also our first chakra. That's our belief systems. You're being challenged to believe in yourself. And what I feel like you have the ability to do, you have a little bit of healing energy inside of you. So whether you heal through hands and you know this or not, or heal through your heart, it's both the same. I also would suggest that you do some journaling, because it's super important that you do that and get some written words down on paper to just get your expression out. I feel like you're good with kids, and I feel like you're going to find something. A lot of times people don't know what I'm talking about. Like, Julie had a reading with me before, whereas I do a lot of future stuff that hasn't yet come into the arena. But there's going to be something where you can help gifted children. And I want to offer that up to you, because it's going to be profound if you choose to do it. If you don't choose to do it, it is okay. Spirit wants you to know that. The blue is about your throat chakra, speaking your truth, being seen. The yellow is about trusting your intuition. The red is about breaking up your belief system and believing in something, believing in yourself. That's the main thing about this reading. I feel like that is going to struggle. You can't hide yourself anymore. Do you like music?
I do.
What is it that you want to do? Do you know?
I want to be intuitive happiness coach.
Want to be what?
Intuitive happiness coach.
A theater happiness coach?
Intuitive
Happiness coach.
Yes.
Love it. Perfect. Okay.
But I studied law and human resources.
Glass panes.
Yeah.
Glass panes. This is the law. This is how do you want to be seen? Intuitive happiness coach. I love it. So let me explain something about the minion that came through and the kids. The kids are about playing. Intuitive happiness coach is bringing the child out of the adults you work with, helping them to play.
Yeah. Oh, I always like my friends are calling it my childish tendencies, like Lego, soft toys, and
That imagine going into a coaching session with someone who's struggling and making them play with Legos, how insightful that would be for them. I know there's a little bit of a language barrier that might be. Are you able to understand everything I say?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, good. So let me just summarize this for you. Go towards the intuitive happiness coach. Do it. Be it. But you've got to believe in yourself, and you've got to stop hiding. You don't have to do it tomorrow, but you have to do it.
Yeah. I'm looking how I can do it.
Okay. So do you have a specific question from that?
Well, I mean, I want to do intuitive happiness coach, but how to, I guess my first steps.
First steps are good. So what I want you to do, this is a great question, Carolina. I want you to think of somebody who's struggling in life. Maybe they're going through a divorce. Maybe they lost a loved one. I want you to think of a specific scenario. Okay. And then I want you to envision and play and write how you would coach them to be happy.
Okay.
Okay. That
Yeah.
is going to open doors for you. That is going to allow you to possibly find the right place to study. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, good. All right. Does that help you, honey?
Yes, that's very helpful.
Okay.
Thank
Good.
you.
Thank you. All right. So we're going to start wrapping up. What I want to share with all of you is, hold on one sec. I don't have the offer, so I will just email it to you. So make sure you check your emails. And I want to share with all of you that the thing about readings is this. This is what I want to share. I'm just seeing if the offer is there, but I can't find it. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The thing about readings is this is what I find with people is they kind of like they don't know how to grasp all of it. And it could be, look, whatever I tell people when I did readings for them is take what you like, leave the rest. You're the master of your own life. And there's a lot of truth in that. So what I would suggest you do is take what you like, leave the rest, but go in and dive into it a little bit and dive into the personal readings and see how it shows up. The best readings you can get are the ones you don't take as gospel, the ones you're like, oh, I like this. I'm not sure about that. I'll try this on. I'll think about it. And then the reading is the beginning of the journey. You allow yourself to go into the journey just having the experience and let it show up. Because when I was doing private readings, I was known as a future reader. And I was known that way because I would give a lot of people information of things they didn't even know was going to happen or was possible. And they opened up to it. So the recording of this will be on the podcast. So it'll probably be out in about 3-4 weeks. You'll get it there. You'll all get an email from me probably by tomorrow or by Thursday with the $1 offer where you can come try membership. And you can also sign up for the next pod party. There'll be the next pod party. I think I'm going to do, I might have already picked it. It might be business advice. And then we'll go into empathic ability. I want to thank all of you. I hope that you shared in the chat some great insights that you got. And I just want to thank all of you for participating and being here. And thank you so much. Everybody have an incredible day or evening and much love to all of you. Thank you. You can all unmute and say goodbye.
Bye. Bye. Thanks.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, Marilyn. It's so good to
Bye-bye.
see you.
You too.